Hi everyone, Nigel Saunders here. Today I'm going to work on my medium leaf size Ficus benjamina. I last worked on this tree in December of last year, so towards the end of the year, and I gave it a good structural pruning. I'll show you a photo of what it looked like last December. Here's what the tree looks like today. So you can see it put a lot of growth in these upper branches. It got quite tall and it's looking really healthy. So today I'm going to work on the styling. I'm still not happy with the style of this tree. I don't like the trunk line. There's other than the root base, you know, from here down I like the tree. From here up I don't like it. It's just a very awkward looking tree. And I've been trying to come up with solutions to try and get it looking good. So one of the possible solutions is changing the front, and I'll show you that. So this is the current front of the tree right now, and you can see the trunk comes vertical, angles, and vertical again. And it's kind of, not the most attractive. If I rotate the tree a bit to here, the trunk is, the kind of curvature straightens out a bit more. And I think somewhere in here, the trunk line looks maybe a little more graceful or natural. So, I don't know. I've tried all kinds of different possibilities for the front, and not much is appealing to me. It looks okay from the back. It's not the worst thing in the world either. Yeah, it's just not the most attractive tree in the world. I could, do a drastic chop on it. Maybe, I don't know. So I'm going to think about the styling and come up with a plan. Something has to be done. It's a tree I just don't, it doesn't have a lot going for it. And I've got to fix that. I've got to get it on the right track so it grows into a really nice tree for the future. I've been studying the tree, and I think what the solution might be is to embrace this line. So I'm thinking of removing this whole trunk line here. So the tree comes up and then it goes off on the angle. Sort of a windswept ficus. I think that's part of the problem, is it has all this kind of curvature and drama down here, and then it kind of has a typical upright canopy on it. And I think removing this kind of continues this trunk line nicely, and it kind of gives a bit of a windswept feel, and I think that might be the solution, is to develop this as the main trunk line. In nature, you can get some fantastic wind-blown ficus, some of the trees that grow near the coast. I'll show you some examples of some wind-blown ficus, and then we'll come back and begin the pruning. Alright, so here I go. I'm going to commit myself to making this the trunk line. So I'll get out the ratcheting pruners. And these are made by Ironwood Tools, and they're really, really good for making precision large cuts. Get my close-up glasses on, and here I go. So this is going to be my trunk line, and everything else is going to get pruned off, which includes a large branch out the back, which is growing from this level. So yeah, here I go, a big cut. And I'm trying to decide how to get in here, maybe on the angle here. think that would be best. Okay, here I go. A big cut coming up. Click. Click. And click. And a half click. So there it is. That's a major part off the tree. Now I will try and root this as a cutting. And the reason is that if you have a rooted cutting and I'm not liking the styling of the tree, I can always do like I did with the Frankenficus and replant the cutting over top of the main trunk of the tree and run the roots down and create kind of a fusion ficus. So it's useful to keep some cuttings on hand of the tree just in case you want to do that. So here's the tree now. So a big difference, and I like this. I like the flow of the trunk line now a lot better. So next, there's a lot of cleanup work to do here. There's a dead branch here I can remove. Clean up a stump here. Dead branch here. So now I've got to look at the apex and decide, you know, do I want to reduce it? And I think I do for that wind-blown look. So let's see. A logical place would be here. There's a wind-blown kind of branch here. So I'll take that whole top off. Here I go. Big cut coming up. So that's coming right off like that. So let's step back and have a look at the tree now and see if I'm liking it. So here it is. Here is that wind-blown kind of ficus. Wow. Big changes today, but I do like the trunk line a lot better now. I think I have a lot of tweaking to do, a lot of pruning still, but I think the basic style is looking much better anyway. So now I have these branches which are kind of going into the wind, and I have two choices. I can prune the part going into the wind back and keep sort of the trailing branches that are going with the wind. So I will try that. I'll prune the top off this branch like that, and then top off this one like that, so it kind of goes with the wind a bit more. And this one, I've got a part going into the wind I can prune off like that. And then, even though it's wind blown, I'm still trying to make it fairly flowing. So I think this one can come off like that. And then my most wind blown branches, I'll try starting high. There's a branch here. And I better prune this one back to the leaf. Prune this one off here. And I have two choices. I have a trailing branch here that I could prune the whole top off, so the branch kind of winds around with the wind. Pretty dramatic, but otherwise, you know, I don't have a lot going on with that branch. I better do that. So this comes off like that, and then I'll prune it back to here. Is that what I want to do? I think so. I'll leave a bit of a stub on that one. Yeah, pretty dramatic. And then this one, I think this one could come right off. I don't need a branch here. That really kind of exposes this wind-blown style. There's one double branch here. I can take off this one, keeping my more wind-blown one, and I'll just prune the tip off on that one. There's one growing from the inside of the curve here. I'll get rid of that. I'll I don't want this one growing up here vertically. Get rid of that one. And then this one, it's not a bad branch. There's a vertical part I can get rid of. Like that. And it may have to be shortened in the future. I'll at least take the tip off here. And I think I'll take the tip off here. Just to get everything growing with the wind. Yeah, so pretty dramatic looking now. But I'm not finished. This one can be taken back to here. There's a hanging branch that's coming from the base of a more developed branch. I'm going to get rid of that. It's a new branch. This one too. Just clean the structure out a little bit. Now, what am I going to do up here? I will prune this part off. I'll prune this back. And I'll take the branch off that's going into the wind. It's definitely looking windblown. Wow, what a big change today. Then, up top, I've got a stub here I can prune away. I can prune this one back. And then I think I want this one reduced back to here. And this one back to here. Take this branch off. Making sure all these branches get light. This vertical one can come off. And this one can come back. Oh, I talk about committing to a style. Holy. There's a dead branch here I can remove. So that's kind of the front view now. Let's look at this back branch now. So here I can prune this one back. And this one back to here, just to get it going a bit more with the wind. This one is kind of interfering with this branch, so I'm going to shorten this one and take the tip off this one and take the tip off this one. Take that vertical leaf off. I think there's a vertical leaf here I can remove too. And one in here. Okay, wow, big changes today. There is a dead branch here, I noticed. Get rid of that. A dead one here. Oh no, that one's not dead. This one is. Okay, let's have a look at it from the front. Let's see what's going on. Oh, my goodness, big changes. So here is the tree now. Wow, I'm wondering if this branch is too high. Maybe I could prune. There's a vertical part here. I could prune that off. Maybe. Yeah, that's about all I can do there. I think as this branch gets a little heavier, it'll create a bit of separation in here. I could prune this one back a bit so it's not growing over top of the other one. And maybe this one back a bit too. To there. How's that looking? Well, it certainly looks windswept, doesn't it? That is the styling of the tree for today. I didn't expect to make it a windswept, but I'm kind of glad I did. I think it has a style. It looks like one of those coastal ficus that's being blown by the wind. And I think it's a style that I can develop into the future, refine it, and yeah, I think it looks pretty good. Big changes for my Ficus benjamina today, but I think it needed something like that. I was never happy with this style over the last 20 years that I've been developing it. And today, I think for the first time, I'm liking the tree. I think it has a style. It's something I can build on and, you know, continue to develop that windswept theme. So yeah, I'm happy with the work today. I think it's a step ahead for this tree rather than just kind of trying to fix what's already there and never quite happy with it. I think this style I'll be happy with. So here's what I took off the tree today. So most of it. So a lot of big branches, that big cutting there. Yeah, I took a lot off. It was a big change for the tree. So let's fly in now and have a look at the tree. I noticed on the tree that some of the leaves are a bit sticky, so there might be some scale insects on it. So I'm going to give the tree a spray with soap and water. Okay, here I go with the soap and water, giving it a spray down. Okay, that should do. So I'll let that sit for a few minutes and then I'll rinse it all off thoroughly. Okay, it's time to rinse off the tree. I think that will do it. It is rinsed. I never expected this tree to turn into a wind-blown ficus bonsai, but I'm liking the styling. I think it's suitable for this tree. And in the future, I've got lots of work developing ramification and improving the form of the tree. So that'll be a lot of fun. So that's all for today. I'm Nigel Saunders. Thanks for joining me in the Bonsai Zone.